Honestly, I think you thought you had a cranky Mr. Darcy type on your hands that you could turn around when really you just had a normal jerk. Rose laughed again. Hey, they're making an announcement. I'd better pay attention. Cheerio! Vowing not to teach Morgan any more English sayings, Rose tucked the phone back into her pocket before hurrying her steps again. If all went to plan, she would finish for lunch just as Morgan's train arrived, and the two friends would meet in person for the first time in their more than 7-year friendship. A sense of anticipation urged Rose along, and before she knew it, she was entering the building on Queen Square where she worked. "Thank goodness you're here." "Yes, sorry, best laid plans and all that." Rose dropped her bag onto her chair and walked over to the man seated at the large desk under the window. "What's up?" James Malcolm, owner of Luxury Lettings of Bath and Rose's boss, leaned back in his chair, stretching his long arms above his head for a moment, before sitting forward and waving a hand towards the empty desk opposite. "Guess who can't come in today because of a bug?" Rose blew out a breath. Bad timing. She hurried into the kitchenette and set the kettle to boil. A strong coffee would sort James out. "Let's have a drink and then I'll check how we stand." The morning whisked by in a whirlwind of phone calls, but still some part of Rose was keeping a close eye on the time, and when her mobile rang, she snatched it up eagerly. "Morgan, are you here?" No." Rose stood up, moving towards the door. "What do you mean? Was the train delayed?" She stepped out onto the landing to continue the call in more privacy. "My train seems to be heading toward the wrong spa." Rose frowned. "How? I mean, where are you exactly? Do you know?" Morgan recounted a spiralling story of exactly how she'd ended up on a train to Leamington Spa rather than Bath Spa, and when she'd first realised her error. "OK, get off at the next stop. Look for trains to Reading. You'll be able to pick up the one running between London and Bristol there, and Bath is a stop on that line. Just get on it and then text me." "Got it." "OK." Rose did some quick calculations in her head. "Morgan?" "Yeah?" "Don't fall asleep on the train." "Not a problem. I'll find someone to talk to." Muttering a quick prayer for that poor unsuspecting person, Rose hastily rearranged her day as she went back into the office. With hindsight, it was lucky Morgan's arrival had been delayed. Being one man down, neither she nor James had chance for a break at lunchtime, but even as she fielded calls, organised Kathy, the part-timer who helped with check-ins, and liaised with various people to ensure everything went as smoothly as possible, Rose could feel an aura of contentment hovering. The festival was always the highlight of her year, both at work and leisure. Add in Morgan's imminent arrival, and nothing could dent her mood. As if on cue, her mobile pinged. A text from Morgan, proudly stating she'd managed to get on the train running between Bristol and London, only it was clear from what Morgan wrote she was going in the wrong direction. Shaking her head in bemusement, Rose tapped in more instructions. "Get off at the next stop." Then she added, "Don't you have trains in America?" "Sure we do." "Have you ever used them?" "Not really. I tried the subway in DC once. Eventually I just gave up and took a cab." "Why didn't you tell me you had trouble with directions?" "Because I don't have trouble with directions. I just have trouble following them." "Ooh, I'm getting off the train again. Stay tuned. Okay, 8 minutes. I've got it now, I'm sure of it. She'll be there just before 3. Text me." "You got it, boss." "Everything okay?" Rose looked over at James, who was eyeing her with concern. "Actually, no. One of today's arrivals is delayed again." "This is the Laura Place check-in, your friend?" Rose nodded. Despite all her reorganisation, they now had 2 apartments due to receive guests at 3. Rose sighed. Just when you think everything is going to go like clockwork. She glanced at the sheet, noting the addresses and likewise the difficulty of checking Morgan in 3 hours later than planned near Pulteney Bridge, and another booking due to check in on the Royal Crescent at exactly the same time. Then she shrugged. It can't be helped.